What up, DBs? Coach Felipe back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about off man, and I want to specifically talk about a concept that I feel like a lot of DBs will benefit from, especially you younger ones. Could be something you've heard of before, something maybe you've never heard of or known about ever in your life, right? Either or still can be a great tool to use to up our game and take our game to the next level, right? So that concept is understanding receivers' breaking points, right? So I look at it with three levels. We got level one, where we got our short routes, right? Slants, hitches, quick outs. Then we got level two, our intermediate routes happening around 10 to 15, 8 to 12, in that given area, right? Oh, sorry, short routes, 5 yards. Intermediate routes, anywhere from 10, 15, 8 to 12. Those will be our digs, outs, posts, curls, corners. And then we have our level 3 routes, our deep routes being our fades, comebacks, possibly a deep post. But as a DB, understanding those breaking points, especially in off man where we have space from this receiver, we have to do a really good job at reading their tempo, reading where their pad level's rising, right? Whether they're full head of steam past 5, past 10. We got to get a good read on all that, especially throughout our technique. And I don't want you to focus so much on the technique. I'm going to play a couple clips. Don't focus so much on the DB's technique. Obviously, every DB runs a different technique, but generally speaking, in off-man coverage, we're about 7 yards off, right? We'll get a read step or a leverage step, depending on the stem of the receiver, right? We got to do a great job of matching the release of the receiver, maintaining our leverage, all that. Considering all that, obviously putting that all into play, but I want y'all to more focus on the receiver's body language throughout these reps, right? So what I mean by that, this first rep, let's play it through real quick, a short route, right? Perfect. I want you to notice after his release, right here is going to be that level 1 break, first breaking point at about 5 yards. He's about lined up at the 36 is the line of scrimmage. So the 31 is going to be his break, that first breaking point that DB has to realize, okay, if he clears this full speed, I'm thinking level 2, level 3, right? Common sense right there. But you're going to see right here, after about 3 yards, CD, guess what he does? He starts chopping his feet. So as the DB, Alexander probably has a good idea of this, because you see he doesn't gain any ground. He's patient. CD starts chopping, and he's right in where he needs to be, right? Maintains his leverage, makes a good play on the football. But knowing that I can be patient, typically you'll see read steps or leverage steps. Like I said earlier, he leverage steps here and is patient through the first breaking point. Once he clears this breaking point, obviously, I got to match the tempo of the receiver, get in my back pedal, and then eventually open up if he starts working past level 2 into level 3 type stuff. Next play, we get a little hitch route. You're going to see this DB does a read step through the first breaking point, right? So he's lined up. Line of scrimmage is 43, 44. So his first breaking point is going to level 1 routes are going to come out around this angle. And you're going to see the body language of the receiver. Nothing's telling this DB this man is running full speed upfield. There's no intensity coming out of here, right? His chest is up. There's not really much lean. So with that read as well, boom. I anticipate that. I know through my read steps, I'm being patient. I see this body language. I see him break down at 4 or 5 yards. I can go anticipate and make the play. Great play by this corner right here. Next play, working into our intermediate routes, right? So you're going to see DK. This one thing we got to realize is where the line of scrimmage is at. DK, the line of scrimmage is at the 33-yard line, right? So the 27 is going to be that first breaking point around right here. Once he clears that, you're going to see the body language of this receiver. Boom. He's in the lean. DK's a fast receiver. He's running fast past the breaking point. I already can cancel the short routes out, right? The slants, the quick outs, the hitch. That's out of the picture. He's working level 2, level 3 routes. You're going to see at 10 yards, guess what he does? Drops his hips, runs the out. Intermediate route, you're going to see the tempo of this cornerback. Patient read step, and he uses a scooch technique, and he stays in a scooch the whole time, really. So he does a really good job anticipating. Obviously, the down to distance probably helped him in this situation as well. It's probably third down, so he probably knows the route is most likely going to happen at the 6, right? But even adding that to our pre-snap reads, knowing that, can help us play that much faster and anticipate routes like this. Great break on this football, makes a play on the football. Next one, 3rd and forever, ball on the 44. So, boom, right there. Come on, pause. Right here, still full speed, full lean. His body language is telling me he's going past that first breaking point. I have no worries about the short route. So I'm thinking level 2, level 3. And I'm still, as a DB, got to work our good technique, matching the tempo. You're going to see he uses a shuffle as his read step. It's probably because he's in zone type coverage. And then does a great job at just matching the tempo, right? Here, the situation is a 3rd and long, so he's probably thinking it's going to be at the sticks. But he realizes right here, this is the 10-yard marker. He's still running full speed past the level 2, past the second breaking point. Into level 3, guess what he runs? A fade, right? You could still get a comeback. You got to be aware of that as well. Acknowledge it, but nothing's telling me comeback here. Does a great job matching tempo, squeezing the route. I believe he gets the pick. I think he dropped it at the very end. Last route, boom, comeback. He sits right on it, gets the interception. Does a great job, again, tempoing out, using his read steps. Once he's cleared the first breaking point, I can start matching the tempo of the receiver. He's running full speed through the first breaking point. Bet. I start speeding up my pedal. I get into my quarter turn, open up just a little bit. I do like how he doesn't open up so early. Typically right here, you see DBs get ready for that foot race. He stays square as long as he possibly can and ends up sitting right on this route. You'll see he breaks 5. Level 1's cleared. Level 2, he's still running full speed. Past level 2, he starts breaking down into our deeper routes, which would be the comeback in this situation. Sits on it, does a great job sitting on it. But this is a great tool we can use to up our game, DBs. If we can get used to reading our receiver's tempo, knowing the breaking points, studying film, studying week to week. Obviously, receivers might run different routes at different levels. Offenses might run different routes at different levels. But getting a feel for what they're running is going to help us elevate our game so much. Aside, obviously, from having good technique, playing to our leverage and stuff like that. Not only does it help you anticipate, it just makes you play that much faster, right? It slows down the games for you. And that's exactly what we want as a DB, especially in our position, having to react to everything. But overall, I hope you liked the video. I hope you guys learned something. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, follow all the socials. Let me know if there's another tip, trick, or anything you want to learn. Leave in the comments, right? But other than that, I hope y'all have a blessed day and y'all continue to go be great.